Okay, so we can just start with um maybe a little introduction and then just tell us about your current role and what a typical day looks like for you.
Perfect. Yeah. Hi, my name's Gina Martin, and I currently work for Dell Technologies. I lead a sales team in business development for Dell, specifically working with cable operators. So here in Atlanta, we talked about Cox Communications and also working with Comcast and Charter. And yeah, so my career path was a little bit different. I went to NC State and studied civil and environmental engineering. Kind of started in engineering just because I really did enjoy math and science and problem solving. Was kind of excited about doing things like being able to build things, or, at that time, working in landfills and Superfund sites was super duper interesting. Then I went to Georgia Tech for graduate school, and did some consulting for about 3 or 4 years in that field. And it was super interesting, but that was also around the time when technology was just booming in telecommunications. And I'm incredibly curious and always love learning, and jumped over into work in telecommunications. Did customer service, moved into system engineering, and then eventually got into a sales role. And so currently I'm at Dell Technologies, so it's more of an IT cloud, and super excited about AI, and what that industry looks like. And I think one of the things that's really important is that, it's never a straight line. I think one thing that's really particularly tough, when you're in high school and even in college, is your schedule is like super regimented. You decide, like, I take this class, and then I take, pre-calculus, and then calculus, and then, everything is very defined on a straight line. And, once you get out of school life and the workforce, is just, there's so many opportunities. And while that can seem overwhelming and like a bit scary, it also, try to look at it as like super exciting, because there's so many things you can do. And really, there's so many opportunities. And the most important thing is just know you can do it. I think, one of the things that can be tough, especially, for women, is they're often taught to, to keep quiet, and, that maybe boys are better than girls in math, but we all know that is not true. And so, just really have that can do attitude. And so a typical day for me, I'm very customer focused. And so I'm constantly working with my clients and my customers to understand the challenges they're trying to solve, and then come back to Dell Technologies, and we use our solutions to help them, be able to expand their business and be successful in their business. So it's super fun to think about how we can use technology to really try to drive human progress. And we do that through, working with our partners, and being able to deliver internet and cloud services to people across the world.
Okay, so I know you mentioned you started out in civil engineering and then you went to telecommunications. So when you first started out your career, where did that like cause any challenges or like obstacles?
Yeah, so I think, again, how you get started in your career, that first job can be really, really tricky. It's actually a little bit easier when you major in something in STEM. So I'm a big advocate of, going after that STEM degree of any time. Kind of gives you a lot more, opportunities for that first job. It's a little bit easier. I think you can always get into STEM majoring in anything, or not even going to college at all. But it just kind of makes that transition a little bit easier. And then the hardest thing about right after, college, is just trying to figure out what to do, right? Like your day-to-day challenges. It's not just like laid out in front of you to go do your homework or to go write a paper or to whatever. And you're always asked to do stuff that you have absolutely no idea how to do. And that can be pretty intimidating, I think, because you expect to know how to do or what you're supposed to be doing. And so lots of times that can be pretty intimidating.
That makes sense, yeah. And so despite these challenges, I feel like it's really important to keep track of the successes you have in your career. So what are some achievements that you've been proud of that you've accomplished?
Yeah, no, great question. So I'm incredibly competitive, and I love winning and trying to always overachieve. But yeah, I think one of the bigger challenges and awards when I was at Juniper Networks, was awarded Salesperson of the Year, and recognized, got a trip to Paris and President's Club. And so that was super exciting. And, here at Dell Technologies, have also been pretty successful in getting Dell as a lead vendor at the Cox accounts and also President's Club with a nice trip to Hawaii. So that's always fun.
That sounds fun. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So next, I know staying motivated can be tough. I feel like if you're at the same place for like a while. So how do you think like what keeps you motivated and like what helps you maintain a passion for your work?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I think one of the things that's really important to being successful, and this you'll see this probably with your friends in high school and college. It's really important to surround yourself with people that are incredibly good at many different things, and to all that basically to help you achieve success, but also be motivated and learning. So if you really can surround yourself by good people and try to always have some connections of people that are ahead of where you are in your career, but then also people that are just starting, so that you're kind of helping others kind of pull along, but you have connections to people that are kind of where you want to be in 5 years to kind of help you get there and stay on track.
Yeah. So to achieve like this level that you've gotten to, there's probably certain skills or qualities that you think are important to have. So what are these qualities that you think that help you get to where you are today?
Yeah. I think it's super important. It's one of the things I've noticed in like almost everyone I know that's successful. Number one, they're super curious and always wanting to learn. I think, always wanting to learn about new things and being curious and, putting in the extra effort. Hard work always pays off, and it might not be, in the immediate, and you never know exactly when it's going to start to pay off. But when you put in extra time and energy to learn, and to read market articles, to join organizations, to really put yourself out there and meeting with other people and networking, to continuous that snowball growth for your personal development. So I think it's really important to be curious and always want to learn, but hard work always pays off as well.
So I know you mentioned curiosity and the tech industry is always changing as we know. So like how do you keep track of new trends in the tech industry?
Yeah, that's a great question too. So, yeah, so I think one thing that's super easy way is just getting in LinkedIn and following different industries and trends, and reading those extra articles to try to stay involved. Joining professional organizations and attending, conferences and seminars is another really good way. And then I have a few, you know. Like daily emails where I just go and sign up for some different organizations. And yeah, it's just reading and getting out there and networking with other people, kind of trying to stay up to date. But LinkedIn's always the first easy go to.
Yeah. Um, so, I've also heard a lot that mentors can make a big difference in a career. So, can you discuss any mentors or influences that have like had a significant impact on your professional development?
I've been super fortunate and very thankful for all the people that have kind of helped me. And first started at NC State. Dr. Rasdorf kind of took some of us under his wing for women and minorities in engineering, really trying to give like an inclusive, supportive environment. And so, starting, I guess, in my sophomore year, we had weekly meetings, and he put us in a group, all of us together, and we had like our own office and everything too, which was pretty cool. My friends were jealous. But and then Dr. Frost at Georgia Tech has been super important to me, not just in getting and going to Georgia Tech, but we've stayed connected throughout the years. And he and I have partnered on several volunteer opportunities, women in technology, and he does a lot of work through National Science Foundation. It's been super fun. And then most recently, Scott Cohen, he's our VP of sales, and he's always just been incredibly supportive and there when I needed him. And has helped me a lot in my career. So having a good network of mentors is really important. And then also to take that opportunity to have mentees as well. So trying to give back, because it's interesting. I think I learn as much from mentoring others and volunteering as I do when people are helping me as well. So it's super fun.
Okay, so for high school girls who are looking to follow in your footsteps, what advice would you give to have like a career?
Yeah. I mean, I think first thing is like sky's the limit. Don't ever limit yourself. Second thing is really reach out to try to figure out what's out there. I think in life we don't know what we don't know, and I think it's super easy to miss out on opportunities because of just not knowing. And so, just again being curious, going out, getting involved in some of the local organizations like Women in Technology and um, the different women in STEM organizations through your high school. I think, especially here in Atlanta, our schools are very good. There's lots of opportunities, and really go and visit different colleges. People really do want to help, but you just have to ask. So my biggest advice is like, don't be afraid to ask.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all I have. I appreciate you helping me with this.
Okay, that was great. Thank you.
Thank you.